Welcome to Turbo Sliders Unlimited. Today we're taking a first look into the game so I can show you as much as I can about this game so you can make a decision whether this game is for you or not. This might be your first time even knowing about this game, or you might have been knowing about it for a while and you're just wondering how this game plays and what the gameplay loop is. So that's what I'm going to show you today. Thanks for the devs for sending over keys so I can check it out. And this game recently released, well, fairly recently, 12th September, and it's been in early access since 2022. And it has everything for people that want some multiplayer or single player alike. So let me show you what this game is all about. First of all, when we go into the play, there is several things that you can do. First of all, you can record your own footage within the game, which is cool. And the level of customization in this game is immense. I'll talk about the more creator side for those that like going into level editors and stuff like that, because there is absolutely everything that you can go into. So there's online and there's local. We are obviously going to go into local today. And when I mean local, I really do mean local, because there's also local split screen as well. So there's a quick game where you can just dive in, or there is the campaigns. So you've got race challenges, which is basically just racing against the AI, and then there's the time trials. Now, you may have seen this game on Twitter, and you'll be able to see how manic the races can get, right? So we're going to dive into a race, and I'm going to show you exactly how manic it absolutely can be. And I will be using a controller for this, as an FYI. And it's one of those throwaway races. It's one of those, yeah, we don't care if you smash in or anything like that. Just race from a top-down point of view. See the AI making mistakes. I'm going to pass here. And there's a bit of content there. Oh, someone is off. So you can probably see already, whoa, how absolutely manic it can be. And can you imagine multiplayer? This is just the AI, by the way. Multiplayer with other people, if this game would get a, I would say, better following, it absolutely would crush multiplayer. It absolutely would. I think the best place to organize any multiplayer session is within their Turbo Sliders Discord, actually. But there are featured events. You might have noticed it on the main menu. There are scheduled featured events that happen every so often. Because I must admit, finding a multiplayer sessions is kind of difficult. So I haven't actually delved into multiplayer at all because I haven't been able to find it. Probably because I'm not looking at the correct times. It might take you maybe 20 minutes, maybe 10 minutes to sort of get used to the handling. But once you're past that, you can sort of get used to the handling. It's one of those, turn your brain off and you can just play this and have some fun racing on a sort of top-down view. Someone's off. Oh, I don't mean to bang you, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, okay. And we're losing places again. It is absolutely maniac as we come over the line and get the ninth position there. You get stars with everything else, how well you did. There are leaderboards, there are stuff like that, and you can simply just keep going in the sort of campaigns that you can. Now, if we go back, there's also time trials, which is self-explanatory, I suppose, isn't it? So let's dive in. Let me show you a time trial as well. So I'm actually going to restart it in a second because I want to show you, if I'm pressing right bumper at the moment, and these are the different sort of views that you can have. So you can have pure top down if you wanted to, or something a little bit closer that's more like a today's arcade racer. You can reset yourself as well, and you can have a look at your race ranking and your lap ranking and stuff like that. But really, that's all the sort of controls, really. Now, this is a different car I've not really delved into, so it might have a different handling. Shall we try this screen? I don't know if I'll be able to perform as well. Oh, there's a jump on this one. Okay, that's cool. So if you do like time trials and stuff like that, and like to improve on your sort of lap times, this is also for you. So, you know, I think it does have plenty of content. For an indie game, it's got a lot of content that you can do. You know, that's not to discredit indie games at all. There are loads that have plenty of content. But there are also some AAA games that lack content. So with these time trials, as you can see, you can get a limited number of laps. This one is 3 laps. And obviously going off, there aren't really any track limits either, but going off does slow you down. So you can sort of exploit some ways to try and get around some of these corners a little bit quicker. But obviously some of these will take a bit of practice, particularly these sort of time trials. As I've been testing these, you know, I have spent quite a lot of time just sinking time and time into these time trials, because it's one of those sort of nice things to do if you want to just chillax and don't have the maniac that is the races. Manic is what I'm trying to pronounce there. Yeah, and that is a time trial. A very terrible time trial on my part, but a time trial demonstration of that game loop is absolutely there. But let me show you about the customization, because also if you look in here, you've got settings for all the levels, all the selectable levels, and the event count, and all these sort of settings that you can save them, you can import them. There's a Steam Workshop for this as well. There's the different vehicles, so that's the sporty one, it's basically the BRZ, the drifty one, the grippy one, and the speedy one. Obviously that's meant to be the Mustang as well. You can change all the event stuff, so there's all these settings that you can just dive into, and it is so customizable. It's one of the great things about this. You can create a completely customizable experience as I'm opening up all of these drop-down menus of everything that you can change, because it is a lot, isn't it? Absolutely is a lot. You can change the AI as well and all that good stuff. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is more the customization. So you can customize stuff. Now, this isn't selecting your car that you would use per se. This is for each one, because each event has a preset. It's either a free-for-all where you can choose your own car, or it's preset to one particular vehicle. So let me just go... Okay, so this is the first one. And then you've got number 2, number 3, number 4, 5, 6. I'm moving the mouse like that so the little pop-up window doesn't obstruct the car model. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So yeah, they have been based off real life counterparts, but you know, it's stuff that you can do, and you can have customization. You can customize however you want. As you can see there, that's sort of a stripe, or sort of do that sort of gradient effect. I've forgotten what the actual car wrap is actually called when it comes to that, but you can change all of that as well, which is very cool. As well as yourself, your default color, clan tag, and your flag as well. So there is absolutely a lot of customization and putting decals on and all that kind of stuff, like the UK flag on there as well, and adjusting things like that, and mirror it. Yeah, so yeah, that's just a very sort of brief overview of sort of the customization you can do. But there's also this create thing here. If you like level editing, this is absolutely for you. So this level editor, I'm not going to go through everything, but I've tried to go through... I'm not someone that does level editing particularly a lot, so it's not something that I would have. This all has documentation, so if you do want to learn it or you want to get into it in this game, you can do so. But you've got things like editing what location you've got. So for example, Hill Island or large plains, for example, which is more flatter areas. And you can adjust all these sort of things like the acceleration, these down here, that you can add in, and change like tree density. So you can add in if you want loads of trees everywhere. And the water level, if you want to drown everything, you can do so. And the same thing with deep water and what the edge sort of texture is going to be. And you can build roads. If I remember correctly, it is Control 1, like that. And it sort of can... Oops, that's the wrong button. Let me just do a very, very basic sort of connecting it all, and if I select this here, it will change the sort of curvature of it as well. Obviously that's just me quickly putting down a couple of road points here and there, but you can kind of see what you can do, and you can build and add things like, I don't know, a cabin number 3, you know, all these sort of assets are here for you to customize and create your own levels, which is great. And obviously you can generate a grid and stuff. There's all documentation how this works, but I'm sort of showing you the basics of how this all works. You've also got the vehicle editor, and this basically means you can edit every single vehicle property, right, from the damage to the audio and the gearing and the physics. You could make this go incredibly slow. It's so slow, it's going backwards. Or incredibly quick, where it's ridiculously fast. You know, that's just a very extreme sort of explanation of what you can do. Because there's sliding, and then there's spring, there's downforce, weight transfer. And you can save all this and export it and import other people's and all that kind of stuff. And the same with the campaign editor. You know where I showed you about there's different ones where you go from one race to another. You can edit all this in here and create your own if you want to. You know, you can go in and you can edit all these other aspects that I probably showed you earlier with the other settings that I showed you. So yeah, everything is customizable. Absolutely everything in this game. And there's even an AI editor as well. And there's AI groupings as well. So if you do like customizing and delving into the creating content aspect of any game, absolutely there are the tools there for you. And that really concludes our first look at Turbo Sliders Unlimited. I've given you a bit of a slice of what to expect from this game, how it plays, what it sounds like, what it looks like, and hopefully you've come to a decision whether this game is going to be for you or not. And you can find this game on Steam for roughly £12 at the moment if you want to pick it up. I'd like to know what you think of this game. Let me know what you think of it, good or bad, in the comments below. Will you be picking this up? Is this something that would be up your street, your sort of game? Bit more retro style top-down racer. Is this something that would interest you? Let me know. If you enjoyed this video, I'd like to see more content like this one, make sure you are subscribed. I cover racing and simulation news and updates on this channel, so if that interests you, you can stick around, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.